So I haven't done a video in a while, so I was going to show everybody how I program these radios for family and friends. As far as like setting up zones, how I program the buttons, you know, to do different things. So we'll just kind of go through it real quick. First we'll go through zones. Most radios come with, you know, the P1, P2, P3, P4 type buttons, but you can pull these buttons out and swap them around. You can find them on eBay. You know, they'll sell them single or pairs or whatever you want. You can choose from. They easily come in and out. There's a video that I did a while ago that you can see how it's done. So again, we're just going to go through the zones. The zones that I program in here. The first one is the FRS channels 1 through 14. Technically, you're not supposed to transmit on these because these radios do a little bit more than a half a watt. So it's something to keep in mind there. But, you know, we do a lot of camping. It's fun scanning through the FRS channels and listening to the kids and adults, you know, messing around on it. It's always pretty entertaining sitting around the campfire. To get through the zones, depending on how your radio is, it's either going to be P4 or the button may say zone. So you hit your zone and then you use your up and down to go through those zones. So I'm just going to go through the zones real quick. So you have your FRS channels. Then on my second zone is GMRS channels. That would be 15 through 22. Then I have repeater TT. So repeater TT is travel tone, repeater travel tone. So that's going to be your 15 through 22 channels, but the tone is set at 141.3 for open repeaters for you to use while you're traveling. And then I have another bank for local repeaters. Same thing there again. And then I have another bank set for just repeater channels in general. You know, ones that are local to you, ones that you might be traveling to, you know, wherever you may end up at. I have that set up. So to select what zone you want, you just kind of scan through and say that I want to get to my local repeaters and then other repeaters. So repeater channel. You hit zone again to select that zone. So right there you see that I have Muncie, Indiana. There's a open repeater there. Racine, Wisconsin is another one. You just scan through, you know, up and down, say, okay, I want to get on to the Gary 600. And then now you're on the Gary 600. So that would be the one you're transmitting back and forth. So you can scan through that whole zone too by just hitting the scan button and it'll scan on through. Now if one of those other repeaters open up, it will tell you which one it is. But if you want to talk on that one, you have two options that you need to do. You need to either hit scan again so it stops on that channel, or you have to shut the scan off and use the channel up and down if you don't get it to it quickly enough. While we're on repeaters, I'm going to show you a couple other things. So you have monitor. So right now that Gary 600 repeaters on a set of tones. Over here, if someone else is using that 600 channel, you'll get a light that flashes on there. Well, right now you're not going to hear it because you're on that tone. So if you hit that button, you see that little speaker comes on. So now you're hearing everything on the GMRS 600 channel. Now if you go to key up the mic, you still will be talking on that Gary 600. So it could be a little confusing. You know, there's actually multiple repeaters that run multiple tones. So another way of doing that, you'd open that up so that way you're not trying to key up on someone else talking on another tone. And then to shut that off, you just hit that button again. I'll turn this volume button down just a little bit here. And then the secondary monitor button opens up the squelch. so you hear that noise in the background. So if there's something far out in the way that you can't hear that's just popping that tone open, you can do that, and then you just hit that button again to shut it off. And then as far as repeater talk around, say you're getting out of range of the repeater, you want to talk to a friend that's pretty close to you by simplex, you would hold the zone button down, and then you get that little icon right there which represents repeater talk around. Another thing you can do too to save a little stress on the radio is I have a high and low set. So if you take the scan button and hold the scan button down, it will put you on low power. And to get it back to high power, you hold it down and that'll put you back on high. And then same thing to get back off a repeater talk around. You would either hit the zone button, hold it down until it beeps, or it might be P4. And that shuts it back off. So now you're talking on high power on the repeater. So that pretty much sets you up for the button. Your home button can be programmed to any channel you want. I know for me personally, when I hit the home button, just a quick press, it takes me to a simplex channel for my family that I have my own tone set up to. If you hold the button down till it beeps, it takes us to a local repeater. That way, if we need to talk further away or if we are further apart, we can talk. So that could be programmed to whatever you want. You know, the reason we do it this way, it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I do like that you can change out these buttons to do what it says. You know, if the wife or kids want to talk to me and, you know, this is saying something different, you know, they can just hit that home button and they know that that's our simplex channel. If they can't get to me because I'm too far away, they know they'll hold that home button down and that will take us to a local repeater to talk on. This radio is set up for a couple friends of mine. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Like I said, you have your scan or your zone button, go through your channels. Another thing I do is GMRS. We're going to select that. Wait for it to show up. So I put GMRS 15, so that means channel 15, and then I put 550. You'll notice a lot of bubble pack radios and regular mobile radios, they'll just say GMRS channel 15. But then you get into more of ham type radios, they're not going to say that. They're going to say 462 550 or 467 550. So it just kind of gives you, you know, an ideal of what frequency you're on too, in case if someone doesn't know, okay, channel 20 is 675. And then it just makes life a little easier, that's all. Zone, and then same thing with the repeater channels. Repeater travel tone 725, 675, 650, 600. The reason I didn't really do the channel, you know, like that would be technically channel 22, is most handhelds don't have repeater capabilities. Some do, but you can just use that. But other than that, like I said, it's pretty stupid simple. You know, if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments and I'll see what I can do to answer them, and good luck. I mean, these Motorola radios work out really, really well. They're perfect for GMRS. You can pick them up on pretty cheap on eBay. The biggest thing is getting them programmed. But other than that, guys, take it easy.